What's going on, guys? Brother Rusher here, back with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And today we're going to be taking on the Extreme Z area for the LR Prime Battle Kid Gohan here. So if we go ahead and hop on in here, there are certain units that you have to use. So they do kind of limit you, of course. So these are all free to play units, so they're super easy to grind up, so you shouldn't have any issues, being able to complete this. So these are the 6 units that you have to bring. Your best leader is obviously going to be the Tech, Zarbon, and Dodoria, because they are a Space Traveling Warriors category leader. So all these other units fall under that category, so they are your leader that you want to use. So this is the team right here. This is pretty much exactly how you want to build it, how you want to bring it. And you can kind of just hop on in here and you shouldn't have any kind of issues. They did kind of fix the issue that they had compared to the Krillin Prime Battle EZA. That Krillin Prime Battle one, I don't know what they were thinking when they made it, but for whatever reason, they decided to, oh wow, can we even, I think we can get a super with Vegeta here. There we go. The Krillin one, for whatever reason, they decided to bring characters that weren't even like on any of the leader skills. So I don't know what they were thinking when they made that one. And they kind of went in, and it was actually really tough at the beginning. They actually had to go in and nerf it because that Krillin was actually hitting really hard and actually like killing you more times than not. So I'm glad to see that they, revamped it for this one and made it to where all the units are actually on the category as, they should be. So, obviously we're happy to see that, and hopefully they'll continue to do that for future updates as well. So, but other than that, I mean, this team is, like I said, it's all free to play units, so you can easily grind up all of these. So you shouldn't have like any excuses, honestly, for why you couldn't do it, because all of these units are free, and I believe all of their events are up right now too. So you should be able to grind all these up and then just get it done. Yeah, so in the meantime, while we're going to be finishing this event up, I'm going to pull up the info for this Gohan. If my computer can run it a little bit faster. Okay, there we go. All right, so for the Gohan, so post EZA, he becomes a exploding rage category leader. Key +4, attack and defense 150%. So leader skill wise actually is not bad for prime battles. On his 12 key super, he causes colossal damage to the enemy and greatly lowers attack. And then on his 18 key, he raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy, and massively lowers defense. Now, when we get to his passive, he gets key +4, attack and defense 59% when there's an ally whose name includes Goku on the team. So that should be actually like super easy to do, considering there's a lot of Gokus, and there are quite a few of them that are on like, even his own leader skill, like Exploding Rage. There are a lot of them that you can actually fit on the team here. You get plus an additional key +4, attack and defense 59% when there's an ally whose name includes Goku attacking in the same turn. So you want Goku on the team and you want him on the same turn. And if you do that, you get 8 key and basically 118% attack and defense, which is, honestly, that's not bad for like a free to play unit. And then he gets a additional attack and defense plus 58% when performing a super. plus an additional attack and defense plus 58%, and a high chance of performing a crit when performing an ultra super attack. So when you do an 18 key, and then a key plus 12 when HP is 58% or less, and performs a critical hit if HP is 58% or less when performing an ultra super attack. Attack and defense plus 58%, and reduces damage received by 58% when HP is 58% or less. A whole lot of 58% in that one little sentence. So, Prime battle wise, I mean, he's not a bad, unit, especially after his EZA. I just kind of wish, like, to be honest, the one thing that I'm not a huge fan of when it comes to Prime battles nowadays is they give them like really weird, like, flat numbers in their passive. So like this Gohan, before they were giving him attack and defense plus 59,000. He was getting a additional attack and defense plus 58,000 when performing a super attack. So like, I really hate when they give just those like weird flat boost numbers. And I never understood why they didn't just give us like the kit that they gave us right here. Honestly, if they would have just gave this as the initial Prime battle unit, and then, gave us an actual EZA on top of this kit, I think that would actually make, Prime battle LRs useful, and people would actually want to grind them up instead of, putting them off because they know that the unit's not going to be very good. At least that's the way I see it. Like, I would assume it's probably the same thing. I'm sure there's people out there that don't want to grind this event because when it initially drops also, there's no category boost when it first drops. So you have to actually sit there and, you got to grind up 24 copies because you have to make sure you get a SA10 and all 4 paths open. And then you got to make sure you get a additional SA10 to feed into your main LR, so that way you can get a free SA20. And then on top of that, you have like all the medals you have to grind up. So, you got to get, 30 medals essentially from both runs. So you got to get like 30 medals, and then you got to get 777 medals to awaken one. And then you need to do it all over again to awaken a second one. So yeah, I mean, if they would just drop a category boost right away, I think that a lot of people would appreciate that a little bit more. I mean, hell, at least I would. I don't know about other people. Maybe there's people out there that enjoy, having to do, I don't know what, 10, 15 stamina bars worth of runs to make sure that they can get it done. That might be other people, but it's definitely not for me. And then the other thing with this Gohan here, his links are the Innocence, All in the Family, Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Infighter, Shattering the Limit, and Legendary Power. The weird thing is his best linking partner is actually LRB Pan. He shares 5 links in 5 categories with her. So that one's kind of an odd one, to be honest. And I don't know why she's probably like the best one, but other than that, like the STR free-to-play GOHAN is like one of the other best linking partners for him. He's got some just very, very odd like linking partners. So, I mean, realistically, you could just run him on a Goku family team because a lot of these partners are Goku family units. So yeah, you shouldn't have any issues finding a place to use this Kid Gohan if you don't have any other options for him, of course. But yeah, I mean, this EZA here, you do have to run it until you get 45 medals. That is the amount that you need to EZA and LR. And then sometimes you can get a question mark to drop instead of one of these little gold capsules. And if you get the question mark, I think it's 7 medals is what it is. And if it's just the regular ones, I mean, they can be up 2 to 3 essentially. So hopefully we can get at least like maybe one of those question marks, at least get it here in the video. I don't know if I want to have you guys if I want to bore you guys with having to watch all 70, or sorry, all 45 medals being ran. But of course, if you guys don't mind stuff like this, then I don't mind doing them. But, you know, at the same time, don't want to have to force you guys to have to sit here and watch these, you know, without having like all the info at the beginning. So, full team of 6 free-to-play units. All their events should be up, so you should be able to grind them up now. And then on top of that, you need 45 medals to EZA the LR. And then also, they now give a category boost to the Prime Battle event. So you can farm up a second copy and feed them in for a free SA5. So you can get that super attack to 25 without having to waste any kind of Kais or anything like that. Now, granted, sometimes I'll use like dozing Kais on the LRs. And the only reason I do that is just because, I mean, there's just so many, I have so many dozing Kais that I may as well put them to some use, because otherwise they literally just kind of sit there. I don't use them for anything else. I'll use them for EZA units and LRs. Especially LRs that need to go from like SA10 to SA20. I'll use dozing Kais for sure. Because unfortunately a lot of them don't have a unfortunately they don't have like a way to farm up like the extra SA10 to get them to 20, unless you like, especially summonable ones, unless you have like 2 copies of them essentially. So if you don't have like 2 copies, then yeah, you're either using 10 Kais or Elder Kais. And me personally, I will use my Elder Kais, or my dozing Kais, sorry. I'll use my dozing Kais before I use my Elder Kais. So we're at 33 medals. I really wanted to see if we can get a question mark. Perfect. Right there. Let's see how many these will actually give us. I want to say, I think it's 7. I think it is actually 7 medals, I think is what the question marks give you. And if you can get like a couple of them in a row, especially, that does really help out. You know, this super attack actually is not like a bad animation. And Raccoon ate that hit too. Oh, and that's the other thing is you can stun them, and you can seal and stun them. So if you are struggling, I mean, you have units on the team that can seal and stun. So if for any reason you do have trouble, just use one of them and they'll get you out of trouble. All right, let's see how many medals this gives. It gives me 7, and then plus like what, 2 or 3 from the other run. I'll just do one more run, that way we can get all 45 medals in the video. Oh, perfect. So 7 medals, we're at 42, so yeah, just one more run and we will be done. I was gonna say watch, it'd be the time that like we get a double question mark in a row, and it's right before the very last run. But yeah, we'll get the we'll finish getting these medals done. As soon as we get the medals, we will go in, we will EZA the unit, and we will grab all of the missions that are associated. And then that, I think, will be a great place to call it on one of these. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and if you guys were kind of like, I don't know, I guess maybe if you were struggling with this, then, you know, this video should be able to help you out. But yeah, Prime Battle EZAs, I mean, for the most part, are all pretty easy, especially because you just have to use free-to-play units anyway. So they're not difficult as long as you grind up the free-to-play units constantly, and you know, as soon as they drop, you always get them done, then yeah, you're not gonna have any kind of issues getting any of these EZA areas done. So let's go ahead and go over here and grab the let's go ahead and go and awaken the unit. So let's go to STR LR super side. So we're gonna go over here, we're gonna awaken this unit. Okay, so there's SA-25 unlocked. We got the missions completed. And then if we go over here, so yeah, all of the missions here are done. So perform step 1, 2, and 3 of the EZA. So we'll go ahead and accept these missions. That gives us 6 stones, 1 Elder Kai, 2 silver statues, and some friend points. And then there is also the Legendary and Extreme Challenge mission over here. So you just have to EZA the unit, rainbow them, get them to SA-20, and then get them Dokkan Awakened to an LR. And then also if you get them to SA-25, you get an additional 5 Kais. So let's just go ahead and, you know what? Why not? Let's drop some dozing Kais. I got 202 dozing Kais. Let's see how many of these it'll take to get them done. So we started at 202. Wow, we didn't get a single one. Okay, so we're off to a terrible start. Okay, there's 2. So now we'll drop down to 3. Okay, so we got another one. So let's go. Okay. So we have used, what, 15 so far? There we go. The 16. We have to use 16 dozing Kais in order to get them to SA-25 from SA-20. And then if we go over here and we accept all these missions, you get 35 stones, you get 12 Elder Kais, and you get your orbs back for what you used to rainbow the unit. So there you guys go. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, consider hitting that like button, and if you guys are new here, consider subscribing as well, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.